Greetings in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. And I divine mother Empress Menen, and I the children of Jah Rastafari, represented for the Ang Nation family, popularly known as Africa. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be accepted in thy sight, O Jah. Yes, greetings once again. Give thanks for lending ear, so I can articulate Rastafari. Now, this word sound, you know, I do what I have to do. But once, as usual, I mindset always upon the viability of Rastafari and the practical reality and the knowledge. Because only with knowledge and right vision I can see I way through beyond the stumbling blocks. So one of the stumbling blocks where I come to recognize with I people, and this is not in recent, it is let me say from ancient. And that's one of the reasons why I am in the position where I am in presently. So I am as Rastafari. Rastafari again is a revolutionary school of thought, and it represents the resistors. And if you are resist, you must know what are you resisting, what are you resisting against. And therefore, once you resist, you intend to be victorious. So this is a part of I word sound and I articulate right. So this is where I mean. Within I, the diaspora and the continent too, but so I is within the diaspora. I speak towards the divisive mindset. And the divisive mindset I identify now within the diaspora is this. I'm going to label it Black American Superiority. And what is Black American Superiority? Keeping it short and simple is Black Americans believe they are the end all and beyond. They are the ones to lead black people in the diaspora. And another one is the Caribbean African superiority. Now, the Jamaican people is at the head of that cycle, because Jamaicans in general believe if you do a survey and the attitude of Jamaicans, and when I talk about Jamaicans and the divisive mindset Jamaicans, them just like I'm going to highlight the divisive mindset of the Black American in particular. And this divisive mindset is a stumbling block. And not only that, these ones where I then put in the label of the divisive mindset, they don't even recognize the level, because them represent blackness, yes indeed, but they are only black skin, but their mindset is very divisive, and them actually end up continuing the works of the oppressor, and within themselves them don't even recognize, because them so far gone in them blackness. Now let me show you what I mean. Example. Caribbean people, migrants, these are the people who come to America to find a better way. And upon encountering the Black Americans, because socio-economic reasons stemming from the oppression or white supremacy will show its head in a different levels, but the same thing within Caribbean people and within the Black American community. However, the Black Americans, like the Caribbean, but the Black Americans is unique in the sense that them social engineering process is a bit not completely different from the Caribbean, but nonetheless, they are up close and personal, more up close and personal with the oppressor. So them learn the ways of the oppressor. And when I say them learn it well too. And likewise the Jamaican on the Caribbean plantation. But it nonetheless, same energy, but them reflect. Let me say, the vestiges, them express it differently. But nonetheless the same, because both of them, the Black American superiority and the Caribbean superiority, them reflect their masters' attitude and tendencies. So let me say, they have embodied the Western mindset completely. To the point where now they are black skin, black skin, but their mind white. Or the milky one sometimes you can. I have different various names. But particularly I like to put in a divisive mindset. So I don't want, because I and I intention is about unity. So I and I just want highlight some ones and ones for knowing purposes. So ones and ones can say, especially the youths them, the obstacles that we are face. Now, the American attitude reflects the European American mindset, or the Western mindset, as some people that call it. And the Caribbean, specifically Jamaicans, we can't talk about Jamaica. They now represent the British mindset, the colonial mindset of the British. And I'm going to give you some examples now. Like I say, back to upon the American scene. When Caribbean people, Jamaican people come to America, the jobs that they are willing to take on and willing to work, the Black Americans not working for that. And not only that, the cycles of the Black Americans, they have been emancipated. Certain work as slave work, which they intend not to do. However, the Jamaican or the immigrants, they will come there and work that said job, and they will save, and they will end up capitalizing and end up invest. And so it's less them like them make you use Booker T. Washington and all them pull themselves up by the bootstrap. And yet they tend to know attitude wise, because the Americans, Black Americans look upon the Caribbean or the immigrants and say them a sell out because the struggle and the standard with them set for themselves in America. I and I come and water it down, so to speak, or sell it out because of the attitude. But like I say, social conditions breed a different kind of mindset. And when the Black Americans look down upon it, a Jamaican coming from a Caribbean person coming from their environment, a survival them a deal with, so them do what them have to do to ensure that that dollar is met, because chances are more time America have a welfare system, the Caribbean people don't have that. So them come and them work hard and get what them forget. And that bring a level like I said, hide behind selling out, as the black Americans would put it, but Caribbean people look on the black Americans them as jealous and bad mind. And henceforth the name calling, when you buck up name, when you hear Caribbean people say Yankee and the reason why them say Yankee is because the black Americans themselves don't even realize that they're acting like the master. Fire against other black people. So them have to rule and dominate. Like how them master love rule and dominate, them have to rule and dominate everything black other than themselves, and they are superior to these black people. So that's why I call it black American superiority. Because next to the white man, him are the boss. Or they are the boss. This particular mindset. So now when them come across Caribbean people who's a bit more aggressive, especially Jamaican people on a certain level, it breeds contention, divisiveness. And this has evolved on many different levels, and this is what Marcus Garvey had to contend with. And this kind of mindset, in truth and in fact, destroy and is an obstacle and cause I and I to separate and divide I and I self. You know what I mean? Cause so divide I and I self on a certain level. Well, may I do something, yeah? May I record something? Yeah. So this cause now the divisiveness between Caribbean people are immigrants for that matter versus the black Americans. And that's why you hear them call, you hear the saying, them say we are banana boat, we are coconut, and these kind of different derogatory terms, and Caribbean people in general, especially Jamaican, call them Yankee, like me I said. So once again, it's a divisive mindset between I and I as black people, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean? Since this terminology is commonly applying at the diaspora for all of I and I, but it's not all black skinned people identify with the blackness. You see? Because you have some Jamaicans, them say themselves as Jamaicans, and that's it. Or Caribbean people in general. But the blackness, are proud to be black terminology, really come out of the struggle of black Americans. In America, it's Stockley, Carmichael, and other Caribbeanites too. Guyana, specifically descended. Him kind phrase them apply, so him kind phrase the term I am black and proud. You know what I mean? Black power for that matter. Now, when I talk about this mindset now, this black American superiority, they willing to be, they always want to be the leader for every black people. The only person they don't want to be leader for them target, but them not going to detach themselves from them master, and this is why Jamaican call them Yankee. You see, it's a mindset, and this divisive mindset have to be eradicated. How we can eradicate it? Knowledge, because we have to know our story. We have to know where we are come from, we have to know the past. And once you know the past, you can write the future with knowledge so we don't repeat. Because like I say again, it's that divisive mindset identifiable as tribalism. Why I and I becomes in the position already where we call the diabolical enterprise called the transatlantic slave trade, where now they have brought captives and turned captives into slaves and indoctrinate I and I now with that said divisive mindset, because guess why? Them study with. So them know how we operate. So it's time for I and I now to start study us and study them and know the things them that are hindrance to I and I people. And this is what Rastafari is about. The case in point again, like I say, example, because we love our story now, and within our story we recognize certain patterns and we have to identify them, to eradicate it and destroy it. Now, when I talk about the black American superiority, them have some They may call them African identity crisis, slave African identity crisis. And this manifests in different groups, organizations. And when they matter the Hebrew Israelites, them will literally identify themselves in the Bible as Israelites. Black organization again in America, and it have its roots biblically, and probably it started out probably in the late 1800s. You know what I mean? But particularly in the 60s, some of them migrate Ghana, Israel in one place named Demona. But these ones and ones set up a chart now. When them say 12 tribe chart, what them say? Them say particularly now. May I show you now when I talk about the superiority. Them have Judah. And in the Bible, I think Genesis 49, Judah, them identify Judah as the lawgiver, the scepter shall not depart between his feet and whatever. But the point of view is that the black Americans in the 12 chart, them are Judah. And them identify in the Caribbean as Benjamites. And I think them say the Native American, them are gods and all kind of crap. Confusing crap. And again, when I really check it out, like I say again, if you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, I mean I give an example, you know, because we like if you know, you are going to surrender to the white man. Like we are going in a Dimona, we are going to Palestine, and we have the black Americans, them we left from in the 60s and they are Dimona. Now, them up on the battlefield with the Israelis, we have the genocidal activity against the Palestinians them right now. But like I say again, we just like to highlight certain things. So this black American superiority complex, we are displaying across divisiveness between I and I as a people. We have to identify it and eradicate it. And the reason why this is a problem is because the diabolical enterprise destroy who we are as a people. And now we lack identity. So we want to identify with anything other than Africa, because they have planted that Africa is less than black, is less than the I mindset. So I confuse I itself with that different kind. That's why somehow we right now you hear somehow we are talking about we are Muslim, we are more and all. It's because of the diabolical enterprise. And I as Rastafari now. Same thing again, but I Rastafari now I manifest reclaiming I identity as people out of Africa. Preferably for I as Anglican, because Africa have a stigma to it. And since I as Rastafari decide to bring about that revolution, which is that revolutionary mindset, some things have to be changed. And like how Africa, the term Africa have a stigma, and particularly is a name that was given to I by conquerors. You see where I come from? But it's the Nation and Rastafari. It is from I. I declare Rastafari. And then a master give with this. I declare this guy. Refuse. We have to say what master said. And but Rastafari mindset is revolution. And this is why Rastafari is in contention with this slave mindset, the Western mindset, and these are the black skin ones them now, where them black in them skin but in them psyche and them mind them emulate and embody the Western mind, which is the white psychology, and also white supremacy, but in a black superiority. And the black Americans have the same problem, and the Jamaicans, that's how I said Caribbean superiority. Because if you check if you match what I try to show you is that see black Americans have in a contention with everybody. See Jamaican in a contention with everybody because them believe say them for run things. Them is the N all and B all. Both set of people. You see me I come from, but nonetheless it's have a place, you know, but it's misplaced. Because we need I as a people for complete the liberation, and we can't be divisive. We cannot be divisive. And that are the hindrance. And before we can talk about say we want to face the oppressor, we have to get our house in order first. We can't run on the battlefield and you not prepare for war. And that happen with we as a people because we continue using the same strategy. You know what I mean? No, the new strategy nowadays for I and I. Like in the George Floyd situation, may I see some people all in Jamaica here to them a protest and them a bend down on your knee. Oh, if you dip on your knee and protest, why? And when the oppressor ready for kicking at your face, yeah, easy kicking at your face because you can't dip on your foot for stand up and fight. And furthermore, you can't have a fight because guess what? You are not unified. I pay a different mindset, and when it comes, you're not even properly trained. And as much as the Palestinians them get them ass whoop right now, them still are fighting. You know why? Because them have a one mindset. Survival. I as Rastafari, I as black people right now, we're busy in everybody else's business. This is why we are so divisive. We need that one mindset. And Rastafari is that mindset, that school of that. Together, all of I and oneness, one accord. And it is yours. It comes from out of your way, it comes from white oppression and domination. And that creates Rastafari. And Rastafari is about resistance, revolution, survival. I mean, them come trick you right now and I come tell you about oneness in diversity. A survival with the pan. Because this is the mindset of the enemy. The whole of them depend on survival time. Because everything them do is about them and them people. Except for us. We still busy using our creativity to build for them empires. And then them turn on and kick in our face and they return on a ball and a beg and a plea. It's time for that. Enough of that. I know for go. Utilize the spaces over there. Just like how the Jew them. I mean, I use them as an example. I love use them as an example. Just like how there are people that face oppression. But guess what them do? Them pull them resources together and take them time. And I say, see, they know see Israel? 1948, them run out and claim that. With the head of England and the rest of you, France and the rest of European countries who they behind them right now up to today. Because they are the neutralizing factor in the Middle East versus the Arabs. And the European world are support them neatly. But how them get to that position? Unified. Them not different from I and I. But the only difference between them and I and I is that they never lost their identity. I and I lost I and I identity through the diabolical enterprise. And this I and I have to fix and change, and Rastafari is the tool. Because it represents oneness. And no white boy can't tell you nothing about it. Them can't try to infiltrate like enough of them Rastafarians are now. I invite everybody in our I and I space. But Rastafari is I and I own. Come from I and I. Oppression and domination. And I and I refuse as the resistance. But guess what? Lack of vision why we are perish. So I and I know I articulate these words on and I identify the Black American superiority and the Caribbean superiority, and I show you both of them represent the master. England and one of them represent the American cycle, but at the end of the day is a Western mind, a Western cycle, and it causes division within I and I people, and I have to eradicate that. You see me I come from? And this is the word sound there. We're going to seal it up with that. Said, know that Rastafari is yours. Ja! Rastafari without apology. Seal.